Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Pasadena Police Department and the City of Pasadena, I would like to welcome you to the 48th Annual Police and Citizens Award Ceremony. My name is Kelly Evans. Currently, I'm serving as the Acting Deputy Chief for the Police Department. It is my pleasure to have all of you with us today as we honor both members of the public and Police Department employees for their outstanding service and courage. At this time, I would like to thank our host, representing Supervisor Catherine Barger.
Being named today, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I was a city council member and mayor of Monterey Park for 13 years, so I got to see firsthand how critical you are to the well-being of a community. I saw how much you sacrifice for the sake of the city. Every day you go out there and put your life at risk for the safety of others. You put your life on the line so that you can save a complete stranger. Every day you have to put on a professional face, regardless of how up or down you might be feeling that day. You know that positive relations with the community depends on it. You have sometimes seen people at their worst, and sometimes you've seen them at the best, and sometimes you've seen terrible tragedies. And yet you put on the uniform every day and help people with their law enforcement issues, both large and small. You are educators, dispute resolution counselors, and enforcers, all rolled into one. And I appreciate what this police department has done, reducing the use of force by 30% in the last year, increasing community engagement, making sure that there's more community dialogue and critical incident briefs that are available to the public. I also appreciate the acts of heroism. I am just amazed by what you're just about to hear. People like Daniel Trevino and Ruben Lopez, citizens who courageously and selflessly apprehended a violent murder suspect. Sergeant Richard Padilla, who put together a neighborhood action team, and Corporal Jose Rita, who saved the life of a drowning individual. These are the kind of people that are in our community. And that's why I think of you every day in Washington, D.C. when I'm trying to make sure that we have the funds that will make sure you can do the job you can with the $519 million I requested for the Burn Justice Assistance Grant Program, which helps police departments like this, and the millions of dollars for the Community-Oriented Policing Services Hiring Program, as well as for the Debbie Smith DNA Backlog Program. These are the kinds of things that we can do in Washington, D.C. to help you do your job. But in the meanwhile, I want to thank you for everything that you do to make this community safe. Thank you, and congratulations.
All right, and welcome to everybody. Good afternoon to you. And before we get started here, it sounds like everybody was on detention when we're announcing their names. So a round of applause for everybody here today, for you guys, please. We really couldn't have this event, and though we would celebrate the achievements and the accomplishments of our people, we really couldn't do it without everybody here from the community to support us. It is one community that includes the police department, our community, our local government, city manager, our mayor, the local politicians. It makes a difference for us, for everybody to be here. And I'd like to acknowledge Councilor Steve Madison, who just came in. So, there you are. Round of applause. He gets the applause, right? And so, thank you all for being here, as I said. And today we're going to really hear about great accomplishments by many people in our community. Citizens, police officers, firefighters, healthcare professionals, and our police explorer. And it's an amazing, really, experiences that we're going to hear today. You will hear about the array of courageous acts and selfless commitment ranging from life-saving efforts, detaining armed and violent suspects, as well as extraordinary performance in service as we celebrate milestones in policing service. These recipients have demonstrated bravery, determination, and willingness to go beyond the call of everyday duty and take action not only to save lives, but to improve our community in all facets. We will begin today with those who have responded each and every day for 25, 30, and 35 years of service, and proudly have served this community through many emergencies and critical events, as well as everyday policing services. And they've demonstrated the true value of consistency, fortitude, and getting the job done every day. We thank you for the commitment to duty from all those who are here. We also recognize the incredible courage of community members under extremely tragic and dangerous circumstances, while also recognizing extraordinary efforts of police officers and off-duty firefighters in saving human life. Today we'll also recognize excellence in community service by several individuals today. It's very important for me to talk about somebody that we are saddened to announce of her passing this past weekend, and Jaylene Mosley. She was our friend, our community leader, and a visionary. Some in attendance today may not know her, but you likely know of her work. Over the years since 1986, she has been a creative leader in our community in breaking the cycle of poverty and violence in Pasadena and improving the lives of thousands since 1986. To honor her service and her incredible actions over the years, this year will be the last year that we have a community service award. Next year, and this year we honor Angelica Palmero for her extraordinary service in achieving that award. And next year we will name that award as a Jaylene Mosley Community Leadership Award. It's an honor of her accomplishments, her spirit of community, and her vision for a better society. So for a moment, as she looks down and smiles upon us, let's let her hear the applause for her work and her achievement. As I close out my remarks, this event is a reminder for all of us that we all have a responsibility each and every day, on duty, off duty, as community members, whatever it might be, that we make our communities better in all that we're doing. And at the same time, when there's moments for us to have to act and take action, we will, because that is our responsibility to one another. And the words of our 26th President of these United States, Theodore Roosevelt, he said, "Nothing in this world is worth having or worth doing unless it means effort, pain, and difficulty." So with that understanding, one last round of applause for all those who are receiving awards today. So at this time, I also have the honor of bringing somebody up to the podium, and she serves as our ceremonial MC. But more than that, we honor her because she makes a decision to be here with us every day. She works in the city manager's office as the economic development leader in that group. And over the years, and every year, we depend on her insight and her leadership as we plan our own community events and large venue events at concert at the Rose Bowl. The police department looks to her leadership for all that. So when she's here with us, she has made this decision to spend it with us in the community. So I'd like to welcome her, and please, a round of applause for her.
Service Awards. As I call your name, please make your way to the stairs at the opposite side of the stage. Please note that in addition to those presented by the police department, each award recipient will also receive commendations from our local, state, and federal government officials. For 35 years of service, by advancing the partnership between the police department and the community. The first Police Community Service Award recipient is Burbank firefighter Kyler Sauer. Will Kyler please come to the stage? 18, the Pasadena Police Department Dispatch Center received several calls expressing concern for a woman and potential jumper standing on the 134 overpass. Police dispatchers also had information that a man had pulled over and was speaking to the woman on the overpass. Police officers later learned that the man was an off-duty Burbank firefighter named Kyler Sauer. Kyler was about to enter the freeway when he noticed a distraught young woman sitting on the guardrail facing freeway traffic. When Kyler stopped and began to speak with her, she immediately started crying. As Kyler continued to calm and reassure her, he heard sirens approaching and saw the woman start to turn away from him and towards the freeway below. Fearing that she was about to jump, he quickly approached and put her in a bear hug, pulled her to safety, and continued to hold her until emergency personnel arrived. The Pasadena Police Department commends Burbank firefighter Kyler Sauer for his quick service to the city as a member of the Los Angeles County Department of Mental Health Service Area Advisory Committee. Angelica has been instrumental in developing new programs for the health department